back again.
Welcome to Talk That Talk Media, where the vibe is live. DJ and Tika are hype, keeping dreams alive. Welcome to Talk That Talk Media, where the vibe is live. DJ and Tika are hype, keeping dreams alive. Bringing you reactions, reviews and slick recaps. Join the conversation, no time for mishaps. Trends will uncover, every beat devoured with fresh insights and energy will never tire. From pop culture to the latest in the game, dive in with us. You want to stake your claim, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Talk That Talk Media. Welcome to Talk That Talk Media.
What is up, TDT crew? It's your girl, EJ.
And it's Tika.
And y'all, we are back with the Talamasca. This was season 1. This is episode 5, and it was entitled The Puzzle Palace. And when I tell y'all that this episode was really, really good, we are really starting to heat up. We are really starting to get some questions answered. And we found out who the mole was. Listen, I was here for it. What were your thoughts on this episode?
It was the best episode so far. A lot of revealing. Again, like you said, we found out who the damn mole was, because we could say it was any and everybody, but now we're going to find out, and y'all will find out in the end that, we know who the mole is now. And I'm just damn. I'm like, darn. I'm like, okay, can we get the next episode already? But yeah, girl, I was here for it. He got away. Just know he got away.
That part, exactly. I was happy that he actually got away, because I was like, it was looking a little shaky there. Because Jasper just snapped. Like, dang, I was like, dang, Jasper, goddamn, what just happened here? But Jasper was never to be trusted from the beginning. So it just is what it is. But overall, I do think that this was probably one of the best episodes too. I feel like we did a lot of build. Like, all of the episodes were good, but I feel like we just really hit that pinnacle, which means that the next episode, which happens to be the last episode, is going to be the finale for this first season. It has to be good, and we'll take a look at what's going to be next on the final season and see, if we can make some predictions or something, see if anybody in the chat has any predictions. But we're going to go ahead and jump into this episode. First and foremost, let's go ahead and jump into the episode. In a second. Oh, let me find my slides, because, girl, I'm going to need them slides. But while I'm pulling up the slides, let's talk about Jasper for a second while I pull up the slides, because I think I want to start with Helen, but I'll come back to her in a minute. But Jasper was doing the absolute most. Okay, Jasper said, "Look, something is going on. Something is happening. Something is not." Something's not right. I don't know who this girl is, but I need to know who she is. Jasper was for the streets. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Jasper said, "Look."
Yeah, he was so focused on finding out who she was, and he was ready to do all the things to guide. Like, he was talking like he was in his face, like it was just a lot. And I'm like, oh my God, is this man about to take Guy up out the situation, or what's about to happen? Because we saw what happened, who hopped in the back. But I was like, I don't know if that's going to even work at this point, because we know Jasper creates revenants. He does all other things. So is he about to turn Guy into one of those creature features? Like, what the heck is going on? He wanted to know by any means necessary. And are we getting to the part where he had him digging his own hole, literally?
Yeah, that's what I thought was about to happen. Thank God for Doris, because if it wasn't for Doris, I think Jasper was about to have to dig a whole hole for himself, because Jasper just wasn't playing no games. Jasper said, "Bump all of this, because I don't have time." You running amok out here. So anyway, let's go ahead and start from the beginning, because when we first start out the episode, we get a flashback of Emma, which we actually find out her name. Finally, this is Helen's baby sister, or her sister, her twin sister. Who knows which one is older, but this is her sister, and we see her leaving. We've seen this scene actually before, where we see her leaving, but we actually get more dialogue this time. And Emma is saying, like, she's, hoping that her sister's going to come back. right? And then
Right.
she tells her like, look, or basically she tells her like, it's I don't think I'm gonna like it without her here. And then the young lady that she's talking to is like, look, you're about to go on this train ride, you're about to go, and you're not even going to be here. And so we kind of get this moment where she's on the train ride and she's with this guy. I'm guessing that this is the doctor. I can't think of his name right now, but I'm pretty sure that's exactly who it is. The guy who she was looking for,
Right.
who Helen was looking for, the one that we saw earlier in the season. And then he tells her that she's about to go do something special. So that leaves me with the question, like, Emma, like, where is she? What was this special job? And is she still alive? And these are all the questions that I want to know. And I'm curious, what do you think? Like, do you think she's still alive? Do
Girl,
you?
it was giving me, okay, he said she was going somewhere where there are pineapples, there are nuts, there are like different fruit, like all of the things that she was actually asking for. And I'm like, is he taking her to America? Is this guy's mama? Like I'm probably sure I'm way off with who his mama really is, but where is she actually going? And yeah, it was like, okay, we about to take a trip, but we about to go do something special. So what is the special job? And but he made her feel comfortable because she started getting distracted. So once she started getting distracted with her thoughts of being afraid of going wherever she's going by herself, he started asking her, how many steps did it take for us to get to the train? And how many steps did it take? Like he started doing things or saying things to occupy her mind. So I was all in. But in my mind, we gonna find God's mama before this season is over with.
For sure. I don't know if it's going to be before the season is over with, but I did think it was interesting the look on Doris's face when he said his mom's name. That was one of the things that I really, really honed in on. So there's that. But meanwhile, let's go ahead and talk about it because Jasper lost his ish on Guy, y'all, and Doris had to be there to save him. So there's this whole moment where Jasper just wants to know, like, look, who is this lady? Like, who is this lady that basically alerted, they don't even give the guy's name, but he alerted them basically so that they could let checkers in. And we saw that whole scene and it was a whole thing. And he wants to know, not only that, but we also learned that Guy has been trying to get into his head. And he didn't appreciate that it's not one single bit. Like, why are you trying to get into my head? Like, I can feel what you're doing. And I'm kind of low key in your head because we know that vampires can be in other people's heads, right? So there's this whole moment. Guy won't tell him who the girl is. And then he's like, okay, like, look, he was just like, I don't want to die. And he's like, oh, you're not going to die. And this is the moment I said, oh, dang, Guy about to go out here and be a whole revenant. They're about to turn Guy into a revenant because he was about to go out here and dig his own grave because that's exactly what he told him to do. Go ahead and start digging. I said, Jasper just done turned on him that quick because he also thinks that this girl has the book. Now, low key, she does, surprise, surprise, surprise. But like, Guy doesn't know that she has it. And like, nobody knows that she has it, right? Which then got me to thinking, if she has the book and if the book was with Kevis, like, I'm going down a whole rabbit hole now, but if the book was with Kevis, who unalived Kevis and, God, I can't think of his name right now. It's not coming to me, but who unalived Kevis and the other Talamasca guy that was undercover, remember? Because both of them were gone. And because it looked like whoever did it looked like vampire marks, right? On them. But I'm just like, was she there? I don't know. I really don't. I really thought I had really turned this off, but I think I don't know what. Did you turn yours off on yours?
I'm going over there because see, I can't do anything over here. So let me I'm heading over there right now.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. So I just thought that was really, really interesting to say the least. But anyway, Jasper is just like, look, listen, it's over pretty much. Jasper is on one and he is tired of it. All he wants is this book and he wants to be done over and done with. So, that's where he at right now. So what were your thoughts about this?
Yeah, he was all in trying to figure out where's the book, where's the book, where's the book, who has the book, who is the girl, who is the girl, and he don't know, he does not know. Guy has no answers really, but it's like, okay, well, now what you gonna do, Jasper? Since you can't seem to find this book, what are your next moves? So rather than be on another mission to, since you can't get the book from Guy or through Guy, okay, so you rather just turn Guy into a super monster, a revenant, then versus allowing him to live his life. But at the end of the day, Guy should have never even thought that he could just ease in there and do what he wanted to do with Jasper, and then especially trying to read his mind. The man is been a million years old. Like, why did you think that was going to be super easy? But I guess he had to try. He had to do his mission, his self-serving mission at this point, because at one point it wasn't even about the Talamasca. It was about him finding out some information as well. So yeah.
Okay, that part. All right. Well, when it all boils down to it, we have our good friend Doris comes up in there and she's like, look, she done came to save the day because we saw her. She had traveled in there with them. She was in the back of that car and she comes in there and she saves him pretty much. She lights Jasper on fire, like literally on fire. And then they're able to escape. Now, of course, he tried to throw the revenants on them, but apparently they are scared of fire as well, or light, or whatever the heck they scared of. They were scared. And so they end up getting away, but then they're like, look, we got to get out of town. We got to get away. Guy has a moment where he's like, look, why are you still following me? I'm like, gosh, you just saved your life. Like, this probably is not the time nor the place for you to be asking why or why she saved your life or why she following you, because she literally just made sure that your life was,
Right.
that she was good. So he has this moment where she's like, well, who are we going to get to help? And he asked about her coven and she's like, no, they're too deep in. Like, no, she basically doesn't want the coven to help. And then he says, well, I think I know someone. And then that's when they come up with the whole plan in order to try to get Helen to help, which I figured they would, finally reach out to Helen at this point. So anyway, I just thought I'd put this little nice picture of Jasper up here looking
They
like
hooked him up.
girl, completely jacked up. And at this point, she was like, she thinks that Jasper unalived Kevis, right? And I was like, I mean, that's a possibility. And then this is the moment where we found out also that he has a butterfly. And in this moment, I was thinking, like, who could it possibly be? And I was like, the only person it could be is this person. So I was glad and I was hoping that they would flush that out on this episode and that we wouldn't have to like go through. But I only put that slide in there because I wanted to show his burnt up face.
Right.
But they are literally looking for Guy and for Doris, right? Like he just want to take him off the board at this point, or maybe he want to turn him into a revenant. I don't know if he still want to do that or if he want to get rid of him, but he is definitely coming after him because he feels like whoever this person is has the book. Even though again, Guy is in the dark. So anyway, we get over here to Guy, of course, he's going to ask Helen for help. And then he kind of turns the tables when it comes to this because he's just like, look, you need my help. I need your help. You need me. And he's kind of reading into her mind, right? Because I feel like she's maybe let her guard down. I don't know what it is or how he's able to read her because she's done a really good job at keeping her mind off, right?
Mm-hmm.
But somehow, some way, she's able to read. He's able to read her, and he knows that there's something else that she's looking for. He knows that there is something else going on, and I think at this moment is when he kind of figures out. I don't know if he fully knows yet about the sister, or was he able to read that? Because he doesn't say it. He just knows that whatever she's looking for is the book is really key to it. Like, yeah, she wants to find this book, but it's not necessarily for the reasons, or that may not be the main reason that she's, led on to be or whatever, right? So I thought that was cool, a cool moment where they just kind of turned the tables, right?
Right.
And then there was something else on here that I wanted to talk about. Oh, and I was trying to figure out why she was so drawn to Guy as well. And then when you said what you said, I was like, could it be? Like, I never really thought about that. But there has to be a reason why she is so dead set on Guy. Like, for whatever reason, she really, really likes him and wants to protect him. Like, you have any thoughts?
Yeah. Firstly, I like how they had their conversation where she had to put the quarter in the slot and the curtains open, and they go back and forth, like you said, with the dialogue of you help me, I'll help you. Okay, we're gonna put you in the safe space. You know what I mean? Go here, do this. We'll help you with the get the passports or the IDs that you need to get out of Dodge. She's definitely invested in helping Guy. Again, why is she so drawn? EJ, I'm saying that his mama might be her sister, and they could possibly kill two birds with one stone. And then I could be way off track, and his mama be someone totally, absolutely different, but his mother could be connected to the book. This is so much. There's so much, so many things that you can gather, but just the whole conversation between the two of them, and and then again with her making sure he was in school, like paying for certain things, like taking care of guiding his lifestyle, so she definitely is drawn to him. It's not just because she likes him and thinks he's a nice kid and just wants to help him. I think there's a deeper connection than what they're showing us right now. And if we don't get it on the season finale, it'll probably be season 2 or 3, when we get the revelation of what's really going on between the two of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Um, and then we also he finally figured out that he was never actually a part of this, like officially, that this really was an off the book mission. But there is a moment that we get another conversation that happens with Jay, which I thought I had a different slide for, but yeah, I put the wrong picture up there. We get another conversation with Jay, and Jay says, look, we got this serious problem with Helen. And then we get the setup because Helen set Olive up. Like, she set her up because she felt like something was off. And I was like, man, that was really good intuition, because at this point, you really can't trust anybody. And then it has me rethinking again, like, as far as the Talamasca is concerned, like, who's doing what, like, because I haven't trusted any of them for the longest, but now I'm just like, okay, can we trust Helen? Like, or is there something like, girl, I'm just all over the place when it comes to these people. Like, I don't know who to trust, who not to trust. Like, it's just it's so much. But what do you think?
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, what do you think is the play? What do you think he found that he's concerned with about Helen?
Girl, I was trying to zoom into the screen. I was trying to see what the background check was. Like, what did he find? Everything is secret society over here. There's way too many secrets. And because I'm not Talamascan, I don't know what the heck is going on. I feel what could it be? Could it be that because she's working on this situation without it being on the books? Is that what what he has found? What else? Is she working with somebody else, like other than the Talamasca? It could be a number of anything at this point. EJ, I'm again, like I said, I was literally trying to zoom the screen wide enough so I could see what was actually on her background or on that paperwork that he pulled up off of the computer. But hey, another moment they're gonna have to reveal. Let us know what is going on.
Okay. And in this moment right here, we also have where Helen tells Olive the wrong location of where Guy is. And I was like, okay, so has she been feeling like something has been off with Olive all this time? Is that the reason why she did this? Like, because.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mhm. We saw Olive moving like a snake. Okay, move your body like a snake. That's literally what Olive been doing. Like she been, we thinking, oh, Olive has a guy's best interest at heart. When in actuality, no, she been poking her face in numerous places, and I'm so glad that Helen used her intuition, because for a minute we weren't trusting Helen either. Now we was like, Helen ain't quite right, but Helen, and if Helen was, you know, on Olive's side, she could have given Olive that address to that place, to that safe house, and she was like, "Nah, I'm gonna give her something totally different." And we see the damage. So that damage could have been, Guy and what's the name? Not Sophie. Why I want to call her Sophie?
Doris.
Doris. Oh no, Sophie, Doris, London, England. Yeah, Doris.
Girl, you
I'm
so
sorry,
funny.
Doris.
Sorry,
I
Cinderella.
actually like you.
No, no. So we see that, Jasper all burnt up to a crisp. He done took this ancient blood. And this is when we learn that he has this butterfly. And then the text message, we see it come through. And he's like, his butterfly, they done came through. So now he knows the location. And I think this is like the moment that if you didn't think it was her, like you absolutely knew it was her at this moment, because there was nobody else that she had told the location of, quote unquote, where he was, right? So we have that. So I thought that was funny. I was just like, okay, dang, Olive, I didn't need you to be the mole. Like, I really just wanted you to be on the up and up. But moving from that for a minute, we'll come back to that. But these two are really growing close. Like, and my thing is can she be trusted? Like, now we know, like at the very end, we see where this, which I'm assuming is the book. Like, that's the only thing I feel like it could be. But can she be trusted? The look that she gave when she was like, when he said Anna Loomis, which was his mama, his mom, she was just like, she had this look, and I was like, okay, are you going to tell him? Did he not see that look? But she's really good at protecting her mind too. So he can't really get into some of these people's minds, because they just good at, they know how to protect themselves from others who could, infiltrate their mind like this. But we know that she has to know his mama. That look that she gave just says it all. And then if you look at what's happening next on the thing, you hear her actually say something similar to it. But what do you think about these two growing close? Because I think when we first started this, I was like, oh, I see a love connection coming.
Right. I mean, hey, they gave it to us almost. And why not? I think she's at this point, she has literally risked her life for him. Literally risked her life. Like, she didn't even have to get in the back of Jasper's car or his van and help him with the revenants running after him. And she could have been like, not my problem, and kept moving. So I see a love connection, either a love or a lust connection, but one or the other, we're gonna get something from the two of them. Like, and why not? She deserves it after saving him. Like, she deserves a little something from him, like some love or something. Love or loving, whatever they're willing to give each other.
Girl, you so silly. So when it was all said and done, we did find out that, that she just can't be trusted, and that she was the mole, and she ended up getting this whole coven slaughtered, which I found interesting, that Helen tells her that it's the coven's location, which I found that to be shady, because why did you tell her the coven? You could have said anywhere else, but why the coven's location? What was it that Helen was trying to do? It felt like she was trying to kill two birds with one stone to me. What did you think?
Yeah, I thought. I mean, to be honest, when I saw them, the revenants going after he click, and all the revenants were in the street and running, and you could see the apartment or the safe house where Guy and Doris were, and I'm like, damn, are they gonna have they found them already? Like, this ain't right. Like, they can't have found them already. But then we see, like you say, they going to where the other covenant, or where the covenant is, and they just go to slaughtering folks left and right. And then we look up on the bridge, and there goes Olive looking down so gracefully as she did. Yeah, she we know it was you now, Olive, and you can't be trusted. I didn't like you from the beginning, so now we know why.
Okay, that part. But I want to know why Helen did what she did, because that got me back to not trusting her again. I was like, I got a little bit of trust in you, and then as soon as I got a little bit of trust in you, I was like, something is up with that. And I guess we may or may not figure it out on this next episode. I don't know if this was just a play or what, and I don't know what them people did to her to make her want to. She knew that they would be slaughtered. Like, she knew that Jasper would go over there and take all of those people out. So, and clearly she didn't think the book was there. So
is there because I haven't picked it up yet. I mean, I know, well, a lot of people don't like the Talamasca. So is the Covenant like one of the Talamasca's enemies or something? In which like you said, why would out of all places, why would she send them there versus anywhere else? Like, she could have gave her an address to anywhere else in London or wherever, and she gave that particular address where the Covenant was. So are they beefing? Like, do they have issues? Like, why would Helen? We need some explanation.
Girl, we definitely need some answers. But I don't think, I mean, the Talamasca is not supposed to interfere into immortal things. Like, they're just there to take they're just there for the record. What is it that we're always watching? Like, they're just supposed to be there to watch. Now, we know that clearly that the Talamasca does more than just watch, but that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to take record of everything and kind of be like this balance. But at the end of the day, we know that the Talamasca does so much more than that at this point. But why? I mean, clearly we know that Kevis was supposed to be trying to infiltrate the Talamasca. Clearly, you know what I'm saying? So we know that the witches in some way, form, or fashion they're not fans of the Talamasca. Nobody in the immortal world is. I mean, and the people in the mortal world don't even know about the Talamasca because they're not supposed to, know about all the supernatural things. So in theory, I guess you could say yes, but but in theory, you can say yes to the immortal side of it. They don't want nothing to do with the Talamasca. However, the Talamasca, that shouldn't be their enemy because you're supposed to be neutral.
Neutral, right.
So there's that. I don't know. This is one of those times when I wish I had just went ahead and read the book, because I have so many questions, but like very little answers when it comes to everything. But overall, I mean, honestly, it just wasn't. That's why I said we was going to be quick on this, because it just wasn't a whole lot of stuff that was happening in this episode. It was just, we got these answers that we needed, but we really stayed in a lot of locations, like when they were playing the games together and when they were having the conversations together with Doris and Guy. And then, we had to see Jasper fried and dyed self more than what I wanted to see. But some of the things that I'm most interested in just going forward into this next season into this final episode, or this finale episode, I need to know what Helen's real agenda is. I need to know where his mama is. I don't feel like I'm going to get any of this by the time we get to the end of it. However, these are just all questions that are running around in my mind. And then we know that Olive, the only reason why she's working with Jasper is because she wants to get to the book. But the funny part about it is that, remember, she claimed she didn't believe in the book. Remember, that's what she told Guy from the beginning. So everybody's just lying. Like, everybody is a liar.
Yeah.
Just none of these people. None of these people. Yeah. But I do have the trailer for
Before you get to that, though, real quick, EJ, I just wanted, the only other thing I need to know, what the heck, because when the police officer and the guy, the electronic guy or whatever, the computer technologist, when they went out for a break, that password worked. and a whole bunch of stuff went on their screen, because you remember they had the drive that was like trying to open up this file. And so at the end of that, we finally see where the password was successful, and the file is opening up. So I need to that need to be the first thing I see when we get to the episode, like what's on the file.
They did show us what was on the file. It was the mole. So I think Soledad had figured out that Olive was the mole, and that's what she was trying to
Did I go
tell
to sleep
them.
in that part? Oh, my bad.
You get I think that's what she was trying to tell them, that because remember on the first episode, gosh, what's the code name? You remember we see the code name up there.
Okay.
It starts with a C, but I just can't think of what it is right now. I apologize. But we see the code name up there. And so when we get the file open up, the first thing we see is the code name, which lets us know this Soledad figured it out. So I guess she was going to try to warn Helen about it. But at this point, now the Popos got it. But Helen has figured it out already. So we're good on that part. But now at least the police are going to have somebody to go to now. I mean, I feel like now she's exposed.
Right.
So what are we going to, I mean, she probably got like a bunch of aliases now that I really think about it. But I mean, but with a picture, I mean, they still gonna know what you look like. I don't know. I still have a lot of questions even there, like how this is gonna play in on the police side of it. Like, what are y'all gonna do with this?
Right.
Because they've been trying to figure out, like, what did this young lady actually die for? Like, what was so important that she needed to hide it? And now with that being the thing that was up there, I feel like she's about to go down a rabbit hole of this. I still feel like the police officer may not make it. I don't know. I just feel like she's not going to make it. Maybe not on this next episode, but definitely probably next season. I just feel like when you go this far deep, you just probably not going to make it.
She definitely.
I'm gonna go ahead and play the what's supposed to happen on the finale, like the what's next, and then we'll talk about that.
Cool.
Oh, hold on. Why did I put that on the? Why did I put that in the background thing? Let me put it in the right way. I'm tripping. I was like, why is not playing no sound?
Yeah, I don't know how I missed that part. I listen.
Girl, I was looking for that file. I had the picture of it, but
2:00 in the morning watching.
Girl,
but it was good though. It was still good. I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was really good. I had I'm trying to see if I didn't take the photo of that particular. I took the picture of the whatchamadoodle. I thought I had took the picture of when it actually came up there. I lost some of my pictures too. You know how that go.
I trust my understanding. That's okay. I'll go back and watch it.
Where is it? This is what happens when people get close to me.
Would you just tell me the truth?
We can't trust Helen anymore.
They're gonna try and flee. Who are you?
I think I know where your mother is.
Ooh.
Okay.
First of all, she thinks she know what his mother is. Well, spill the beans, baby. Okay, but that whole what's next was crazy. Okay,
girl. So I don't know. I'm just excited for the season finale. I'm sad that we're only getting 6 episodes, but I do get it. They're testing out the show. They got to see if it's going to work. I mean, so they're probably not going to order as many episodes of it. But I do hope that people are watching it. I think that the Talamasca is actually really good. I do prefer this to Mayfair Witches. I know you didn't see Mayfair Witches, but I do think that this one definitely is better than Mayfair Witches, in my opinion. Nothing is ever going to be better than Interview with a Vampire. I'm sorry. That's just my show. But I do think that this is really good, and I hope they come back for a second season. But as far as the season finale is concerned, I'm interested to see if the Talamasca is going to turn on Helen, and if Helen is now going to be like, because we hear Olive, I believe it's saying like, we can't trust Helen. And we know that she's going to have to do this because she knows now that Helen knows.
Right.
Because Helen sent her clearly to the wrong place. So she's going to have to make a play to where she's going to have to get them to trust her versus trusting Helen and make Helen look like the person. But she does know that Helen is doing some off the book stuff. So that right there is a way that she can use that. Because even Guy says, like, if the Talamasca elders knew about this, you know, like he was even kind of using that too. So I don't know. What do you think about the trailer or the what's going to happen on the finale? What did you think about that?
That was a lot. So that means this last episode is going to be literally power packed with a lot of information. And who is the lady with the blonde hair pointing the blicky? Like it, or the grayish hair? Like, is that the sister? Like, is that like, does she know where the sister is? Like, is that his mom? Like, I just have so many questions, but you know, I couldn't pick up every single thing that happened, but, we see Jasper is gonna be back at full 100%. So he's out for more stuff, more ish to get in. I hope Guy can get away safely. I don't want the police officer to go away. Like, I like her. I like that she's, you know, I always like the nosy detective, you know. I always like the person that's trying to take down and trying to do the right thing. So, you know, I'm here for it. I'm just excited and ready for the 6th episode. Come on through, 6th episode. I'm definitely here for it all.
Okay, that part. Yep. So yeah, y'all, that is what's up with the Talamasca. I'm like I said, I'm excited about what's going to go down on episode 6. Appreciate you guys for coming out and hanging out with us to talk about the Talamasca. Let us know what y'all thought about it. If you're watching this on the replay, please make sure to drop down and type in hashtag replay squad. Let us know that you came through. Let us know what you think about the Talamasca so far. Are you enjoying it? Would you be down for a season 2? And what do you think about everything that's going on? How did you feel about finding out that Olive was the mole, or did you know all along? Also, guys, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so that you don't miss out on any of our future Talamasca talks, guys. And we will talk to you guys later.
Peace.
Talk that. Talk that. Talk that. Talk that. Talk that. Talk that. Talk